Hey guys, Mina Random Style here. So, if you remember my previous video, this awesome DIY LED light sign I made. Well, the flashing on it was way too extreme, and so I think it's about time I'll go ahead and update this. So here we go, and I hope you like the video. Enjoy. This is the beauty we're going to make today. And using the materials in this, I've used a 1x2, a plexiglass, the LED strip lighting, and also the happy birthday sign that I made in my previous video. So I'll go ahead and just measure the length of the plexiglass and mark it down and go ahead and get this cut. Alright, so now that I've gotten this piece cut, which I will need two, but I'm just going to do the bottom one first, and then we'll go to cutting the top side. But right now, here I'm just focusing on the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up so we can establish how much LED strip I need and the depth of it, of how deep it should be. Alright, so taking the LED strip, you can see that everything, the hookup, the USB, well, gotta go get a plug-in since there's no plug-in for it. So here's the plug-in. Let's go ahead and test this baby out. Alright, so everything looks good. You can press this to change the functions on it. So, alright, enough playtime. Back to work. Alright, so we know the LED strip works, of course, and measuring the length or distance of it was about 1/4 inch, so I'm going to go ahead and make 2 lines here, and we're going to cut that portion out so I can lay the strip lining to it. And yes, my lining was crooked because that end that I used was crooked, so I might have still done it that way, don't recall, or I might have fixed it, we'll see. Alright, so here I'm bringing out my tool to cut this portion out, and I was thinking about using a router, but I want to improvise on how to do that. I don't do woodwork, so bear with me as my project works the way I want it to work. And it's all good, guys, because I got this, and trust me, this is going to work out. So let's do this. Alright, now that I've done my awesome cutting, I'm trimming this plywood. I am going to go ahead and break out my newly tool that was bought for me, my chisel. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Oh, and I would also like to note that this was fairly easy, and it just did take a lot of work to try and go ahead and take all these portions out, but it was worth it. I really like the way it came out, and I mean, it's going to be hidden anyways, so let's continue. I gotta say, I feel so bad for all of this LED strip that I'm wasting, as I only need this much amount. How sad, but let's go ahead and get that cut. Alright, so now that I've got this out, it laid nicely flat. It was just the bottom part here that was still sticking out, so I had to go ahead and get this to go down a little more, and it will be a nice fit, trust me. So I'm going to go ahead and place the plexiglass on top, lay it down, make sure everything's flat, and everything was nicely flat. Now to just trim the sidings of the plexiglass so that it's nice and flush. So the bottom portion is done, and I just want to show how it would look like. And yeah, it looks a little messy, but like I said, this is going to be the inside, so you won't even see this mess. But I'm going to go ahead and cut out my second part, and this will be the top part where the plexiglass design that I've created will sit on. So let's get that cut. So now that I have my second piece, this will be the top, and between it will actually be the plexiglass so that it lights around side of it, which I'm really hoping for, and I'm sure it'll work, but it's my way or the highway. Anyways, yeah, enough chat. Let's continue. So here I'm gonna center it, eyeball center it, and just draw a simple line. I'm going to drill holes right in this area, and then I'm going to get my jigsaw and cut it straight down this way. Boom, here it is. Going to use my friendly neighbor, the vice grip. This will be super handy for me, and I won't have to have any complications of using that jigsaw that I'm actually pretty afraid of, but gotta face your fears to build. Once I drilled a hole that was big enough for the jigsaw to go through, I didn't hold it all the way flush down because I was afraid it might hit that metal on the bottom of my vice grip, so I held it up a little bit. And then I got in and did another piece of it so that it would have enough lighting for the LED light to come through. So now that I've got that, I'm going to use my chisel and go ahead and clean that inside out, and then we hopefully can put it together. Now to go ahead and pull out the previous project I had with the DIY LED light, and this is how it looked like at the time. Just a simple little strobing light that got annoying. So this will demonstrate that a bit, but let's go ahead and measure this out, and this is going to be its new home. I am really glad that I did not go over because I don't want the birthday sign to just slip right in, so I'm glad that this came out right. I'm just going to go ahead and just dent this in just a little more on the outer side so that my frame can easily be placed inside the slot so that it will have a nice little stand. I am so glad this is turning out very well. I am liking it. And now for the finishing touches, which is combining all of this, putting in my strip light, my plexi, and just go ahead and glue it all together. I'm going to go ahead and sand it down at the end, and it's going to look great. I don't plan on staining it or anything, so it will just be plain unless I decide to do that another time, but that's just no biggie. I gotta say that I absolutely love this. Now it is time for the moment of truth. And so here we have it. Just a little idea of how it looks. So I love it, and it turned out great, and I hope you did too. And here's a little ending video of how awesomely this LED light is and why it is awesome. I'd also like to add that this connects with Google. So this is what I connected. So let's try it out. Hey Google. Turn on strip light. Hey Google, turn on strip light. I didn't know what to name it yet. Good. There it is. And I can also go into my Google settings, change the color, brightness, and everything. Hey Google, turn off strip light. What a name for it, right? Oh, and it works. Well, again, thanks for dropping in. Have a good day.